Previously on The Great Ace Attorney.
Oh my god! Wow, okay, no, there's a snake in here. Snake! Oh my god, of course, she had a snake in the back. Snake! Wow. Hey there, big guy. How you doing?
I'ma get ya. I'm a snake. I'ma lick you good.
And now, back to grunting at people.
Hello! NicoB! Back with some more of The Great Ace Attorney.
When we last left off, we still continue with the investigation. That's right. This investigation is never gonna deepen in. I hope you guys are ready. This shit's gonna go on for another 30 episodes. And it's actually gonna extend even further beyond that.
Which is probably put best by Eric Ruiz, who last episode said, "What Nico doesn't know is that this investigation is the rest of the game.
The actual trial doesn't start until DGS 2. Oh my god. Oh man, that gave me a good fucking laugh. That's right. It never ends. It just keeps going and going and going. Okay, no, but in reality, guys, this is actually it. This is the final episode for this case. There actually is no trial. It's just an investigation. But I did enjoy the jokes and stuff that arose from it. So, Eric Ruiz, your hilarious comment is the reason why you are our comment of the day. But yeah, so this is actually going to be the final one for this case. And I actually really like how this was set up. And it honestly, not having a trial made me really appreciate this one even more. And I already liked it, so it's a good little conclusion to it. You guys did also explain though how this case in particular was really kind of Shu Takumi's sort of poking fun at the original Speckle Band story, because what Holmes was saying was actually the right answer to the original story, that a snake was trained using like a flute or something, you know, and had him commanded him to go and kill somebody. But they sort of, you know, show that that wasn't really possible or made any sense because the snakes can't actually hear anything anyway. Although you guys did say apparently they are, well, they can't hear anything. They can't actually sort of feel the vibrations of the sound. But I imagine it's probably pretty close for that to work. So basically what they're doing is they're actually like sort of in like a threatening state, I guess, while the music plays, and I guess they're sort of acting to it, but again, I think you'd have to be really close in order for it to work. I don't know how snake charming works, but it's clear snakes don't have ears, all right? They don't have ears in their little head. But that's cute. That's actually pretty funny that she would go and poke holes in the original story like that. But yeah, I gotta say, this second case was so much better from the first case to me. Like, holy crap, just a massive step up. With the introduction of Holmes, especially. And, this actually has I think, a really great conclusion to the case. So, oh, right, also one other thing. Last episode, I missed an incredibly, stupidly obvious Asougi ellipses, moment, and I don't know how I missed it. I genuinely don't. I think I must have just zoned out, or I even pointed out when I said it. I felt like I'd forgotten something, too, when I went to render the other night, but, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and count it right now.
Asougi!
Perfect. Okay. So where we last left off, I sort of figured out that it seems like it was just an accident. Asougi tripped over the cat, fell over, and accidentally killed himself. But could there be more? That's what we're gonna find out now. All right. Pass, Nico. Take it away.
Now, shall we begin, Master Naruhodō?
Yes, sir.
Well then, let's start with the first issue. The victim's corpse within the locked cabin. Was that really the result of an accident? Or perhaps it was not an accident at all. We should make this clear first. Well, as I was just saying, the kitten went through the air duct and caused this fall. It was clearly an accident.
Hunter!
Wait, this isn't right.
I sound mad when I said that.
That line of thought is obviously flawed.
Might I beg an explanation?
That's right. I can feel it. It's slowly becoming clear. The contradiction behind Asougi's death is glaringly obvious. Simply put, Asougi's cabin holds decisive evidence to the contrary. His death was not a mere accident.
What did you say? In that case, show me your so-called evidence. Show me the evidence that proves the death of the victim was not just an accident.
Boom.
It's clearly shown in this photograph. It would have been impossible for Asougi to write that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that writing is in Russian, isn't it? Precisely. It means wardrobe.
would have been natural if his dying message was in Japanese. However...
What if he learned Russian? Russian is easy, surprisingly easy.
I don't know about that.
I kinda doubt it. Well, whatever the case, it doesn't matter.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
As I said before, it was impossible for Asougi to have left that message. And that reason for that is clearly written here. Instant death from the trauma to the cervical's vertebrae. Instant death.
Instant. Ah.
In other words, he could not have written those words after falling to the floor. After all, he was dead. He was already dead.
And that's not all. I recall one other issue regarding Cosmo's cabin.
The locked door.
No matter how you look at it, the traces at that scene contradict an accidental death.
Really?
So Suzuno noticed it too. There's still something that strikes me as odd, even putting aside the Russian message. And that's the piece of evidence that proves it wasn't just an accident.
The dumb locked door. Floor markings? Yeah.
It's these marks on the floor here.
But couldn't those have been left behind by the glass spill that was split in two? Something that could have happened when the victim was falling over. Yes, that's right. If you think of it that way, there shouldn't be any problem.
Unfortunately, there's one fatal flaw in your reasoning.
What?
If that was really the case, then answer me this. Why was the other half of the broken bell found in another cabin?
Ah!
The other half of the glass bell was found in this waste paper bin. Why, you haven't offered us an explanation, Nikamina.
Thus, the truth revealed by these two pieces of evidence can only be as follows. When Asougi died, he was not alone. Another person was in the cabin. It looks all like you! Furthermore, that person tampered with the scene of the crime. Although escape from the crime they committed. Eek!
Incident occurred, there was another person present at the scene.
Ha! Rubbish! Another person you say. We already knew.
What do you mean, sir?
You are forgetting Stowaway and Cabin. When exchange student died, another person was you.
Indeed, I was present in the cabin during the time.
To be more precise, he was stuffed inside that cabin's wardrobe.
But, if I was the culprit, how could you explain the Russian message left behind? To be more precise, it's not that you didn't write it, but more like you couldn't. Excuse me, could you please shut up for a moment?
Oh my god! Fucking Naruhodou getting sassy.
Hey! This is my freaking case, alright? It's time for my great deduction! You sit your ass down, Holmes!
Well, pardon me. Oh man, you've got some serious gonads on you. I like it.
Anyway.
Oh man, yeah, get some Naruhodou.
Culprit wrote wardrobe on the floor in Russian. All in order to frame me, sound asleep inside the wardrobe for this crime.
Furthermore, they retrieved a piece of the glass bell lying on the floor. They removed it from the scene because it would become evidence of Cosmo's murder.
If that were true, there would be no point unless all the fragments were discarded. Half of it was left at the scene. Do you not find that strange?
Well...
The crime occurred a little past 1 a.m. The cabin's interior must have been rather dark. The light was provided by one small lamp. Little of it must have reached the floorboards. It wouldn't be unimaginable for the killer to have overlooked some glass.
Everyone is suspecting me.
No, it's this guy.
Mr. Stroganoff?
This girl was originally daughter of seamen. Ew! No, not that seaman. 2 years ago, scouted for talent and sold to ballet group. Then, until this ship was her stage, she danced with band for sailors. No more accusations against our ship's delicate fairy.
I Never could have imagined.
I see. When exchange student died, you think girl was in cabin too? It's not possible. No chance in hell. Ever.
How intriguing. Why are you able to declare that with such conviction?
Ha! You do not already know, great detective. Door to cabin was locked from within. NicoB is not the only one with alibi. It's also true for everyone else. Entering cabin would be impossible.
Gah, he's right.
Wrong.
But, now that you mention it, I have read of such a thing in mystery novels before. At moments like these, a needle and thread could be used to open the door from outside.
We already talked about this, Susan. No, we can't do that, remember? Needle and thread. Ridiculous. Doors in this ship were built strong. Cannot be opened by flimsy thread and needle.
What you say is fact. This is a door of a steamship after all. In order to keep water out, it is made of heavy iron. Not even magnets would work.
That's what I thought. It was simply because Naruhodō had spoken of this earlier.
Hey, come on! Susanoo, you're mean!
Then, as I initially presumed, unlatching the door from the outside is impossible. But it's not impossible by any stretch of the imagination.
What are you saying?
Allow me to say this. If you were to leave that door to me, I could latch it shut without ever so much as touching it once. And right now, this cabin holds a trace of that very method. Are you serious? How about you, Master Naruhodō? Don't you also know of such a method?
A method of latching the cabin door shut from the outside. Yes! Indeed, you're right. I can think of one way.
Is that true, Naruhodō?
Yes, after all. We both witnessed it.
Well then, would you kindly point that out for us, Master Naruhodō?
What's the proof that suggested the door was locked from the outside?
Tipped over books.
Please take a look at the bookshelf. Various books and trinkets are scattered all over the place.
It's likely they fell down during the emergency stop earlier.
Yes, there is no mistake about that, considering how massive this ship is. A tremendous force would travel throughout the ship's interior if it were to stop abruptly. As such, it would be only natural that a couple of small items would topple over.
If I recall correctly, this force is also known as inertia.
As usual, Susanoo sure knows about some complicated stuff. Inertia, Asougi! When that force toppled over the bookshelf, there was one more thing that moved within this cabin. And that would be the latch on the door.
What?
After that emergency stop earlier, I understood everything. It all became clear. At that time, none of us had latched the door. Despite that,
Over, every eye open up.
Hello, is anyone in there? Please respond.
that voice.
It's Detective Osanaga. Ah! That's right. When the ship stopped, the door had latched shut.
This door's latch may be made of metal, but is small and lightweight. Due to the earlier mentioned force, inertia, it had moved from its place.
Could you be implying that last night, after the incident occurred, could it be? Could it?
Yes, it could, Demon B.
Tip me over and pour me out. Gotcha! Clickety clack. Who wants a snack?
The ship, the SS Eclair, pulled over for an emergency stop.
When I woke up this morning, I couldn't help but feel that something was off. The books and trinkets on the bookshelf had all fallen over. It was as if a whirlwind had swept through the room. Looked just like it does right now.
Oh, now that you mention it, the items certainly were scattered about. Although everything is neatly put back together by now.
That's why right after I entered this room, I was very surprised. All the books and ornaments had fallen over in the exact same way as in Asougi's room. Ah! What do you say to that, NicoB?
Yes, it's a Eclair stopped. Ridiculous. He's right. Stopping the ship is no simple task. Or are you implying that the culprit is one of the ship's engineers?
Oh, come now. The matter is nothing that complicated, my fellow.
What?
It's even on the walls of the corridor. Check out the emergency alarm.
Yes, that is true. In the event of an emergency, this button is to be pushed. It's clearly written in the hallway.
During dense foggy nights, those on lookout can ensure safety with their eyes alone.
Oh. That's what those. Why it does it that way.
As such, buttons are installed on the ship to allow the crew to issue emergency warnings. Such a fascinating button just begs to be pushed. At least once or twice.
Then you...
When that button is pressed, an emergency alarm is rung.
Oh, he was the one who pressed it, I see.
It causes the ship to come to a complete stop and alert everyone on the ship of the situation. Just like earlier.
I did it! I pressed the button.
Excuse me? Could it be that you?
It is my belief that buttons exist for the sole purpose of being pushed. At any time and in any way.
This great detective certainly doesn't know the meaning of the word fear.
You rat! Who are you thinking you are? I will report this to Captain. Be ready for punishment.
It's punishment time!
Monokuma is piloting the ship.
Hey! What seems to be the problem here, huh?
Little furry bear man. That strange goggle man over there. He stopped the ship.
So, I don't give a fuck. I'm not even the real captain. Did you notice I killed him and took his spot?
I thought you just got shorter, Captain. Your ears more round.
That's because you're all fucking idiots on this ship! God! I don't even speak Russian, you dumbass!
Calm down, my friend. Why don't we postpone that to a later time? Anyway, with the law raised, I was able to confirm something. If this ship was to make an emergency stop, this cabin's latches would lock themselves. And so, there is but one question to ponder next.
That would be, of course, last night after Cosmo's incident. Did this ship make an emergency stop?
It's not that simple. Giant steamship cannot just make emergency stop. Such huge incident will wake everyone from their beds. What do you think, Master Naruhodō?
It could be that last night there was some kind of emergency stop made by the ship. And I might be able to prove that happened, at the very least.
What? Does such evidence truly exist, Naruhodō?
That is highly interesting. Please show it to us, by all means. What is the evidence that suggests that the ship made an emergency stop last night?
Tell me! This thing. Ship's log.
Mr. Stroganoff, you were on security lookout for the first-class cabin area, correct?
I mean, yes. What about it?
Ship's log is a record of that lookout, correct?
That is mine.
Oh yes, it looked like you accidentally forgot about it and left it on the desk. So I took the responsibility of taking it into my custody in order to bring it back to you.
It was not accident. I left it on purpose.
In any case, if you take a look through this record, at regular 30-minute intervals, nothing unusual is written within the log. However, starting from 2 a.m., there are no records written at all.
None at all? That is just, well, there obviously was nothing unusual.
If there was nothing unusual, then nothing unusual should have been written.
Funny they didn't write in Russian, seeing as they're Russian sailors.
Indubitably, in other words, after 2 a.m., on board the Au Claire, something had happened. Something important enough to cause someone to even forget the ever so important ship's log.
And that would be the emergency stop!
Do not be making ridiculous assumptions. To be honest, I also seem to have trouble believing that such a thing could have happened.
And why is that?
Well, just think about it. Consider the magnitude of such an incident. No matter the circumstances, certainly we would have noticed it.
That is true. After all, we had just a taste of that emergency stop ourselves. Such an incredible alarm, and such an incredible heave. No matter how deep in sleep we could have been, we would have been woken up from that.
And this is where we get those headaches come in. So what was it that actually put us to sleep? That's what I still am not really sure of.
Well, you certainly have a point there.
Have you all noticed the throbbing as well? What? What could you be referring to?
A throbbing dude.
Your heads. For some reason, ever since this morning, my head has just been killing me.
Ah!
Now that you mention it, I have not been feeling the best for whatever reason. Ever since this morning.
I haven't either.
I haven't either, but that's also because I'm arrested.
My head has been feeling heavy all morning.
As I had suspected, it's much the same for everyone.
That's right. Now think about it, it's been the same for me as well. After eating dinner last night, I ended up feeling drowsy all of a sudden. So I somehow made it to the wardrobe, but I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up this morning, first thing I felt was the throbbing pain in my head.
And the cuffs on my hands.
By the time I came to my senses, I was dragged out of the wardrobe.
In shackles.
With both hands cuffed. There was no way I wouldn't have woken up from something like that.
Oh, by the way, Master Naruhodō, you are the impudent stowaway who boarded the ship, correct?
Yes, much to my shame.
A stowaway shouldn't have been receiving meals. How did you come about your meal?
Oh, that's, well, you know. Asougi shared just a bit of his meal with me.
If memory serves, the last meal last night was roasted chicken.
Oh, come to think of it,
Oh, they drugged the chicken.
I ate all of it last night. Asougi wasn't a big fan of chicken.
Oh, there you go.
Ah, so the victim did not eat a single bite of the chicken.
That's right, but why is that important?
It's not, I just feel like pointing it out for no reason. Come on, Naruhodō. After relaying that information yourself, have you not come to realize anything?
Ah! Might you be saying that the chicken was actually nugget? Was abnormal.
Exactly.
Oh, so that's what it was.
The food provided by this ship last night was tampered with. When eaten, you would be lulled into a sweet sleep. That kind of tampering. Sleeping drugs, you mean?
Drugs.
My favorite kind.
In that case, in order to put the ship into an emergency stop, the Cobra put sleeping drugs in all the food.
Naruhodō, I do think that is much too impossible for a task to pull off.
Exactly. It is impossible to drug all of the food on the ship. Assuming that the entire crew was not cooperating together on the matter, that is.
Oh.
Huh? What?
What are your thoughts, good sailor?
Oh. The entire ship was working together. Oh. Oh. Interesting. Okay, I didn't think of that. Huh? Just figure they just, I don't know, they just drug the chicken and then where the cafeteria is or something.
I am of the opinion that it would be difficult to cover up this matter any further. If you do not wish to talk, then I will request an official investigation of this ship. If it were to come to that, I'd imagine that you sailors and your captain would all be punished. Punished under the crime of assisting a defection.
That is enough. I will tell everything.
What?
I do not want to trouble sailors.
At one point, you were all comrades who traveled together, right?
That is why I asked them for help when I ran away.
All sailors wanted to help. Help princess who abandoned her motherland and her ballet troupe.
How in heavens could this be?
As you say, last night's chicken was drugged. Heavily.
Now I think about it, there were some bitter lumps mixed in. Kinda chewy. And druggy.
Ah yes, sleeping drugs probably did not dissolve all the way.
What kind of seasoning is that?
Around midnight, Princess boarded our ship and agreed on area in open ocean. Oh. Smugglers bringed her on small fishing boat.
And we, the passengers, remained sound asleep, blissfully unaware of what was occurring. Thanks to the sweet magic spell cast on the delicious chicken.
Then, the people who were awake on the ship last night were the entire ship's crew, as well as those who held a deep-rooted hatred of chicken, and the new passenger of the ship, NicoB. In other words, it would have been possible for you to utilize the inertia from the ship's emergency stop to shut the door.
But if the events had indeed panned out as you claim, wouldn't all the latches on the ship log cause a huge commotion?
No, I don't think so.
What?
Oh, I get it. Last night we all had our meals within our respective cabins, and then we were overcome with incredible drowsiness, and we went to sleep.
Consequently, all the passengers were in their own cabin. Nothing would be out of place if they woke to find the latch on their cabin door shut. And that is why not a single soul noticed anything unusual. In other words, for the sake of shutting merely one latch on the ship, the culprit forced the SS Eclair to make an emergency stop.
You talk on about this, but what is your point?
It is just as you have heard. There is no doubt that there was a third party present at the crime scene. For the purpose of framing someone else, they left a message in Russian on the floor, and they desperately hid the piece of glass that served as evidence. And to top it all off, they put the ship in an emergency stop to latch the scene's door shut. I must say, it was a job well done.
But I am knowing nothing about any of that.
Keep going with your funny jargon and big words if you want. But we sailors are not caring about your fancy logic games. We do not believe until we are seeing with our own eyes.
Oh, you'll see. That's quite the fine maxim you have there.
Huh?
In truth, I am of the same belief. What is seen by one's own eyes is everything. Master Naruhodō.
Yes?
Can you hear it? Cries of confession reverberate throughout the ship.
Cries? A confession?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any idea what you...
The proof of the crime. It is not the ears that hear the voiceless voice. Rather, it is none other than the eyes. It all stems from observation.
You still make no sense. What is your point?
Now, let's begin. This time, once and for all. For the sake of reaching the final truth, we'll begin the theater of logic and reason.
Oh, here we go again. One last logic and reason.
Now, with that said, it's a pleasure to be working with you, Master Naruhodō.
Mr. Holmes, what on earth is this?
It's just as I've said, we are to observe them.
Observe them?
At the moment Cosmo passed away, some individual had tampered with various things at the crime scene. We are to locate the trace of that happening, correct?
Exactly. You catch on quickly.
I got it. I'll give it a shot. I'll point at the trace of the third party present at the scene of the crime.
Traces of the party left at the crime scene. His weird face, maybe. His belly button. Oh, the earring. Look at that.
Her dainty ears resembling pink seashells are peeping out from her beautiful hair.
Oh, what's that? There's something attached to her ears.
It's most likely the metal fitting of her earring.
An earring, huh? It's incredibly tiny.
It's likely that decoration is broken off. Right now, all that's left is just the metal attachment.
Seems that NicoB has yet to realize the decoration is broken off. You seem to be wearing some adorable earrings right now, but if by chance those earrings were found at the crime scene, it'd be decisive evidence,
Except it wasn't.
well, it's not like they're actually there at the crime scene right now.
But that was the point, was the, oh.
What kind of terribly vague reasoning was that supposed to be?
It's the theological reason after all.
My theological reason, if you want to be a player Fox, you can suck my balls.
Ah, nuggets.
Oh, there it is. Wow, it really did angle the camera down a bit more. Purple stain on his back.
Purple stain!
Alright, but that earring's definitely gonna play into us as well.
Mr. Stroganoff, you have a purple stain on your white uniform.
Oh, must be smudged from somewhere.
Would you happen to know anything about that stain?
What are you saying?
As of this moment, we are still unable to pinpoint the significance of that stain. How about we go ahead and clear that up?
That purple stain clinging onto Mr. Stroganoff's uniform.
I believe it's obvious what his identity is.
Exactly. Well then, kindly present that piece of evidence if you would.
Yes, sir. It's trace left on Mr. Stroganoff's uniform. The evidence that points towards their true nature is...
Boom. Okay, it's interesting how we're not doing what we did before. We're actually like building up the case with Holmes here. I like that.
Trying to get that stain is ink.
Ink, you say? Purple ink, a most uncommon color. But no! You seem to have realized the meaning behind that.
The Russian words on the floor of the scene were written with purple ink. It's the exact same color as the stain on your uniform.
If the ink had dried, then it would have been impossible for it to stain. Therefore, immediately following the event of that ink spill, you were present in this cabin.
Fine, I talk. I'll tell you everything I did. First, I tampered with evidence in a dead exchange student's cabin and shut a latch using the ship's emergency stop, all to divert suspicion away from Princess.
Mitrov.
It's okay, Princess. I do the talking. It was around 1 a.m. I had been keeping watch on that corridor. Princess, face pale with fear, ran over to me.
Mitrov, help! Please! I murdered someone!
When we reached cabin, the door was open. We looked into the cabin and I saw the exchange student collapsed onto floor. What the hell happened here?
Don't tell anyone. But my friend...
Princess told the truth. What happened in cabin is exactly what she said.
The kid ran to Asougi's cabin through the air duct. Asougi then tumbled over with that kitten around his feet, ending his life.
Yes, exactly.
And following that, Miss Nikomita had visited the cabin next door, correct? It was there that she found the victim's corpse. I surmise that would be the case.
Yeah, she heard fall and so went to look. She went to look. Right, Princess? Cabin door was not latched shut. Princess could tell in single glance what had happened in that room.
I have one thing that I would like to confirm.
What is it?
By the time you had visited Kazuma's cabin, Nikomita, Kazuma had already passed. Is that correct? Huh?
Yes, that is what I said. When Princess peeked into cabin, exchange student was.
I'm asking Nikomita. You shut your face, man!
Nikomita, your answer?
Ja. Oh? Yes, it is right. I look inside cabin, man in black on floor, not moving. Got so scared. I understand. I will believe those words.
This time for sure. That must be the truth behind Asougi's death.
Or is it?
Oh yes, that reminds me, there's something I forgot.
Mr. Holmes?
Look at this photograph.
Every time a little makes me laugh. Every time a little...
Sorry.
This is something I took myself. The cause of death was fracture of the cervical spine. His death was most likely instant. And the cause of all that was a kitten that unfortunately caught his feet and tripped him. However, if that was indeed the case, then I'd like you to take a look at this photo. Somehow, I feel there is an unnatural element present in it.
What do you mean, unnatural?
Master Naruhodō, what is your opinion on the matter?
Sir? Asougi's life ended unfortunately due to an accidental fall. Supposedly, an unnatural element lies within this photo.
The message itself?
Asougi couldn't have left those Russian letters behind. Therefore, it's obvious his fingertip is what's strange.
Ah, well, that is true. Certainly is strange. This is what a forgery made to tamper with the scene, after all. It wouldn't be considered unnatural. I'm sorry to burst your bubble.
Is that so?
Try to imagine the scene. The victim suddenly tripped and fell over. In this moment, an unnatural element regarding the victim's fallen body reveals itself. That's what I believe, and so too should you.
It's Mr. Holmes for you. Softly but surely pressing onward.
Oh, it didn't actually take. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. So it actually let me go with that one. I actually like that because that doesn't happen very often. Actually, I don't know if I can remember any instances where that's ever happened in a previous Ace Attorney game. Where technically what you said was kind of right, but it wasn't what he wanted, right? I suppose the natural element with this photo. And here? Oh, that was right.
If he had fallen forward as a result of an unfortunate accident, then his fist feels jarringly out of place.
That's right. He would have tried to catch himself, right? That was kind of a hard one to notice. I'm like, what is it exactly?
My thoughts exactly. Usually if one were to fall, their hands would be naturally open. Despite that, the victim's left hand was clasped firmly in a fist. Yes, almost as if he was holding something inside that fist.
What?
And so you see, I went ahead and investigated the contents of the victim's fist earlier. Huh?
Okay, here's where the earring's gonna pop up.
And now what do you suppose came out, ladies and gentlemen?
Let us see. Please let us see.
Yes, of course. I'll let you all see. I'll let you see all you wish.
Yep.
It was this right here.
Might this be a crescent moon adorned with a diamond?
Indeed, this does seem like the world's most beautiful crescent moon.
Huh. What of it?
I wonder what this could mean. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before.
It's time.
That's the definition of observation, Master Naruhodō. Huh? The truth will soon be clear to all.
That crescent moon in his grasp must have come from somewhere.
Now, Master Naruhodō, it's finally time for the last clue. Just what did the world with this crescent moon reveal to us? Observe with your own two eyes.
All right, there. Boom. Boom, the ear.
NicoB, your ear. There's a metal fitting, but the main decoration is missing. It would seem as if the thin chain has snapped off.
Huh? What's now?
Plus the other ear. Clearly has a crescent moon there.
Ah. But how?
And furthermore, the crescent moon was discovered in the victim's hand. The truth that I gather from these facts can lead to only one conclusion. Don't you agree, Master Naruhodō?
Yes.
She was in the room when he fell over.
NicoB, Asougi had ripped this crescent moon from your ear. It's very likely that happened just before he fell onto the ground. So in other words, last night, in the instant Asougi had fallen over, you were standing right in front of him. You must know what I mean. earring was in reaching distance of this extended hand. Then why? Why has Asougi done something like that? He plucked the earring off your ear. Even though he was dead, he kept clinging onto it.
Oh.
But insist.
This time, you'll have to face the music. Nobody can protect you. Please answer me, Nikomina. Last night, just what did you do to Asougi?
Dead.
Thinking now, too many things happened yesterday.
Oh, no.
No, it was me. Think too many things happened yesterday. Run from Shanghai, rowed boat, looking for a big steamship at night. And then, after such a wild day, I sit and rest in my cabin. No, wait! When Kitty ran into the air duct, I turned pale. I whistled and called for Kitty. I tried to bring it back with toys, but Kitty just would not come back.
What are you doing at such a late hour, detective? Oh. Ah. Oh. Do pardon my manners, my lady. Oh, he assumed it was the detective, I see. I was certain that an acquaintance of mine had come for a visit.
Asian exchange student was polite, understanding too. He helped look for Blackie and promised to keep a secret. But as I grabbed Blackie and tried to leave cabin,
Excuse me, my lady. Please wait a moment.
What?
I can't help but feel as if I've seen your face somewhere before.
Huh?
Right. You are the Russian ballerina, Miss Borshevich. Am I mistaken?
What? No, I am not knowing that person. I know nothing. My heart freezed in terror. I knew this was a dangerous discovery. Why did Asian exchange student recognize Russian ballerina?
I was struck by the beauty of that public ballet performance I'd seen in Japan. However, tell me, why might you be on this ship? As a recall, shouldn't you be heading to Shanghai right now?
I know that could not trick him. I had to make friends with him so he would stay quiet. No other option.
I see. You've defected.
Please, do not tell anyone about Nico. Nico Bizzle the dinosaur.
If that's the case, please wait for a moment. If there's someone who I wish to discuss this with.
He's going to ring the bell and tell ship's captain.
Oh shit.
Exchange student not sympathetic after all.
Oh shit.
That one instant felt so long. But all this happened at once. Wait! Could not help but yell to him. Kitty jumped out of my arms and ran to an exchange student's feet. And then... when he turned to look back...
Oh my god, fucking sound, boom! Here goes fucking just cervical to snapping, boom! Right onto the freaking bedpost there, look like.
I pushed him away as hard as I could.
So she actually did push him over.
After that, I'm remembering nothing. Why push him? Still not sure.
She actually did kill him.
I just wanted to stop him. Just wanted to stop him from telling anyone.
Perhaps been more clear about who I was gonna tell this to.
And it was then that you decided to call for help. Specifically, help from Mr. Stroganoff, the man guarding the hallway.
I heard a scream and loud noise, so I rushed to the scene. In front of cabin, Princess was shaking. She said,
Matter of help! If I am caught, there is no place left to run.
And so you tamper with the crime scene of Asougi's cabin, all to divert any suspicion away from the pastor in the cabin next door.
yes, it's correct. I checked both corpse and cold cabin to be sure. And then, I found him. Stowaway was sleeping like baby inside wardrobe.
That would be me.
At that point, you must have schemed to have the entire crime pinned on the stowaway. Is that correct?
So it's interesting how they put them to sleep, but not for the intent and purpose of setting this all up. Not initially, at least. They put them to sleep because they were going to make an emergency stop to pick up the princess, and they didn't want them to know about it. Knowing that wasn't a Russian sailor. That's really clever, honestly. This was actually a really, really well put together case. I'm honestly really impressed with this one. I closed wardrobe and stuck strained seal back on door.
Thanks to that, it became Suzuto's chance to unload her doubts on me. Thanks.
I moved corpse and wrote words using ink spilled on floor. Dilated. Culprit hiding inside wardrobe.
On a related note, which one of you cleaned up the broken glass?
I did it. I picked up glass shards.
Oh, did you?
But the room was so dark, only found half.
After this, I returned Princess to cabin and add final touches.
And so you pushed the alarm button along the corridor.
That is correct.
Thus, the SS Eclair resorted to an emergency stop, close to 2 hours past midnight. The door latched shut, thereby completing the creation of our locked room.
Excuse me, Nikomina, can I have a word with you?
Yes?
Last night, when you explained your defection to Asougi, he looked as if he was going to notify the captain. Therefore, you pushed him. You said that yourself, right?
Yes, right.
But hypothetically speaking, even if you rang the bell to call the captain, every single sailor on this ship is an ally of yours, right? What reason would you have to worry?
The first thing that exchange student had said to me struck me with fear.
The first thing he said.
What are you doing at such a late hour, detective? Oh. Oh. Ah, do pardon my manners, my lady. I was certain that an acquaintance of mine had come for a visit. Clever.
Detective, acquaintance.
That means... So Asougi was referring to me, responsible as his bodyguard.
If I tell this detective, I know I would be arrested. So, before he could ring bell... Before you continue, Nikomina. I cannot help but be bothered by something. Are you sure that Cosmo really planned to ring the bell? Huh? Naruhodō, what are your thoughts?
I thought it was pretty obvious what he was trying to do. Okay, no, he was going to wake me up, right?
I'm not him, so I can't say for certain, but... At the very least, I do know one thing. Asougi isn't the kind of person to call for extra brawn out of nowhere.
But he really walked towards bell. He won't ring it to deport me to Russia.
Well, Master Naruhodō, it appears we are in need of one last reasoning session.
Huh? Reasoning, you say?
What did the victim actually try to do in that moment?
Asougi! Asougi!
Just what could have laid before his eyes? How about we take a look for ourselves? Now, I trust you remember where the victim was located in the cabin, yes?
Yes, I can clearly recall anything about that cabin. Even if I was crammed within that wardrobe. I still spent practically my entire voyage in that cabin.
Then this must be what Cosmo saw last night.
Yes, there's no doubt about it. I trust you already, then, Master Naruhodō. Yes, today I learned something important. Within one's line of sight, there exists a truth that you may not even realize. And in order to bring that truth to light, I can't overlook anything that lies within that line of sight, no matter how slight. When Asougi turned his back to NicoB, this is what lay in his line of sight.
Behold.
The cabin's wardrobe. When the incident occurred, I'd been sleeping within it. If I hadn't eaten that chicken laced with the sleeping drug, it could have woken me up. That incident may never have occurred.
Behold, oh, the music is fucking real.
Considering the circumstances last night, it's true that it would have appeared as if Asougi was about to ring the call bell.
Indubitably. However,
Beside that call bell was a wardrobe.
Wardrobe. Blah, blah, blah.
And within that wardrobe was his friend, sleeping ever so soundly.
NicoB, please remember. The victim, Cosmo. What did he say at that moment?
if that's the case, please wait for a moment. There's someone who I wish to discuss this with.
Discuss.
He had no intention of calling the crew. He simply wanted to wake up his good friend and discuss how they could help him. Is there anything we can do? Probably something like that.
No. Of course, as it stands now, it's impossible to know the full truth. But as for what lay within Cosmo's line of sight, you should have made sure of what that was.
NicoB, thank you for telling us the truth in the end. However, the fact that you took away his life will never disappear. Please, don't ever forget that!
She won't.
I am sorry. Truly, very sorry.
Aw.
Thus, the curtains lower quietly on the incident involving the SSL Claire.
February 9th, 7:14 p.m. Lisa Claire, first class cabin.
So what will happen to NicoB?
She's to be turned over to the British Empire's Scotland Yard.
Will she be granted asylum? Won't Russia demand that she be handed over to them?
Our great British detective plans to negotiate with the immigration office on that matter.
Mr. Holmes? Then will she never be able to return to Russia?
I would assume so. Even if she wishes to in the future, she will not be able to ever be able to return to her homeland. That is what it means to defect.
I see.
I am very, very sorry.
Stroganoff.
Only wanted to help Princess, but you lose best friend. I did not think of your feelings. Princess and I will turn ourselves over to Scotland Yard.
I see. In any case, thank you for returning my freedom. No matter how much I mourn Asougi, the pain will never go away. But good luck with NicoB.
Thank you. Now then, it would be best to prepare for disembarkment soon. The ship will arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. I'm deeply sorry, but on top of turning you over to the consul, you will be repatriated to your home country.
I understand. I was a stowaway, after all. I wasn't going to be overlooked.
With that said, shall we return to the cabin?
My exchange program to Britain, too, has ended before it even began. Two of us laughed so much as we made plans to wreak havoc in London. Now, it just feels like a far-off memory. I can hear someone sobbing.
Aww.
Suzuto.
Oh my. How long have you been there?
Just got here. Detective Hosonaga just told me to start preparing to disembark the ship.
Aww.
I'm still finding this whole matter quite unbelievable. To think someone's life could end so quickly, so prematurely.
Suzuto.
Cosmo set out on his grand journey whilst holding on to a grand dream. And then someone showed up and heartlessly cut that dream apart into pieces. I will never let them get away with this. At least, that was what I thought. Instead, the truth of the matter is just an unfortunate collection of consecutive little accidents. It's too much. Just much too fleeting.
It really is.
I'm afraid that I can offer any words of apology for that matter.
Detective,
My duty was to ensure that Asougi made his voyage to the British Empire safely. Not only was I unable to accomplish that, but I also made his friends suffer. I, Hosonaga, will do anything you ask as a means of apology.
Detective Hosonaga, I don't want to pin the blame on you. As you can see, I'm finally free at Huh?
Ah! Oh my god, what the hell?
Did I surprise you there, Master Naruhodō?
What? What on earth are you doing?
Oh, it's nothing really. It's just that, you see, those handcuffs have been fully burned into my memory. If they were to go away, it would tip the balance. I find it difficult to look at you again.
Huh?
As commemoration, I'll leave them hanging from your wrist. You are a stowaway, after all.
Just how mean can he be? You suck!
Mr. Holmes? I would like to thank you for everything you have done on this voyage. Please accept my humble gratitude from the bottom of my heart.
No, I feel the same way. I apologize for my late manners. What happened to your friend was truly a pity. I express my sincerest condolences. I pray that you study enough in Britain for his part as well.
Unfortunately, that will not be happening. We will be disembarking at the next port, Hong Kong. We will then report to the consul on site and make our way back to Japan.
Huh? Wait, please! Wasn't it just supposed to be me, the stowaway, who was supposed to go back?
There is an agreement between both countries over who the exchange students would be. Together, one attorney and one legal assistant.
Together.
Now that the lawyer Asougi has passed away, the exchange program has to be suspended. There is no other choice.
Doesn't matter what happens to me. But Suzuto shouldn't be involved.
Oh, come now. The solution is simple. In other words, as long as there is another attorney, your journey can continue.
But there isn't anyone else who can fulfill the qualifications of the attorney.
Qualifications? Don't make me laugh. Your country's qualifications hold no weight whatsoever in the British Empire anyway.
Then...
Come what may, there is still 1 month left until the ship reaches London. During that time, I do not think it would be impossible to find a substitute attorney.
I see.
Hey, Suzuto?
Yes, what is it?
Could I possibly fill that role?
What?
But you are not an attorney. Oh, could you possibly be a law student?
No, not exactly.
If that is the case, then the possibility is no more than a dead end. However, there's still 1 month left before we reach London. Is that right, Master Naruhodō?
I'll study everything I need to become an attorney throughout that entire month.
And just in a single month.
Naruhodō.
Ridiculous. Just what can you do in only 40 days?
I won't know until I try. 40 days. I'll study as if my life depends on it. So please, just give me a chance. Then I'll take the bar exam the moment I get off the ship. If you can't acknowledge me as an attorney by that time we reach London, I'll accept whatever punishment there is.
Doesn't there need to be, like, classes, or, like, doesn't someone need to, like, qualify me or something? I guess we're saying Hosonaga would be the one to do that, but is there a procedure to this shit? Oh, whatever.
Why would you do something so reckless?
Asougi once told me there was something he absolutely had to do in the British Empire. And to that end, he'd be willing to make whatever sacrifices were necessary. I don't want his wish to die in a place like this. And of course, I'm doing this for myself as well. I will become an attorney. I swear it. What do you think, Susato?
Aw.
I think it's a wonderful idea.
Susato.
Huh. Your thoughts, Four-Eyed Detective?
On what?
One attorney, one legal assistant. The numbers are proper match, no? No. It's just plain swallow. I think it's just fine. It seems like it'd be fun.
Fun?
It's more potentially fun than, for example, duty or rules. And that's all there is to it.
The only thing one thinking that all there is to it is you.
And furthermore, what's crucial isn't someone's qualifications, but rather their character, wouldn't you say? Even you have seen it with your very own eyes. Today, from the moment he woke up to even this very instant. Faced with the pain of his friend's death, along with being suspected as the murderer, you witnessed the accomplishments he made whilst carrying the weight of that burden.
I understand. I'll make sure our country's government understands the situation.
Detective Hosonaga.
Come to think of it, I did promise you this just earlier. I promised that I would do anything you ask as a means of apology.
Thank you so much, Detective Hosonaga.
Now then, I must make my way to the captain's quarters. I must report to our country about this matter and discuss our next course of action.
It's time.
Do you truly intend to begin studying law from here on?
Yes, if it's okay with you. Could you possibly teach me everything about being an attorney?
Of course. I'd be happy to lend a hand. I'm a legal assistant after all.
Thank you so much.
Aw. Susato's a good little buddy.
Now, following that, Naruhodō. If it would please you, I'd like you to accept this.
What? Are you sure I should have this?
I'm sure Cosmo would wish for this as well. It's a famed blade that has been passed down through the Asougi family for generations.
Oh, sweet. Is Naruhodō gonna cut a bitch?
I'm told his name is Karma.
Okay, I'll gladly accept this. So once again, I look forward to working with you, Susato.
I'll be looking forward to working with you as well, Naruhodō. I will not allow you even a single moment's rest throughout the next 40 days. I shall follow through with you thoroughly.
Of course, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Better hit the books then, son! The truth is, I have one more request to ask of you.
Huh? Oh, yes. What might that be?
Please. Toss me 3 times.
Oh!
Huh?
Oh my god!
During the investigation, it was always clear that you would never do anything to hurt your dear friend Cosmo. That is undeniable. And I knew that from the very beginning.
Chuck my ass! Oh my god!
Okay, here I go.
They're gonna be outside the room and hear us going, ah! What the hell is going on here?
I'm sorry. Did our ruckus lovemaking
Distract you? What the hell kind of hanky-panky's going on in here?
Despite that, however, I came to suspect you. No matter how shaken up I may have been, it was an awful thing to do.
No, it was completely understandable in that situation. The room was locked from the inside, and I was...
No! I do not want to hear any excuses. The reason does not matter. Tossing you at all was terrible. Not just once, but 5 times.
Pretty sure she didn't do it that much.
18 times! Toss me! Toss me, Naruhodō! Toss me higher!
Is this like a king for you or something? Toss me! Okay, I'm tossing you!
Ah! Come on, do it! Do it, you pussy! Toss me right over there! Right over with no hesitation.
No. I've never even tossed anyone before in the first place. Yes, well, it is indeed not something that just anyone can do.
Mr. Holmes.
I've seen it countless times already, but I still can't get enough of that wonderful toss. Just where was he watching that from? I suppose that would be an example of your so-called Japanese martial arts.
Yes, it's a technique passed down from long ago, but with my own unique style.
It's apparently called the Suzuto toss. If you ever get tossed, you'll be seeing stars. Oh, that is quite intriguing. You see, I happen to be quite the skilled boxer.
Come at me, Suzuto!
Why is he dancing now? If you would be so kind, would you teach me that wonderful toss of yours?
It would be my honor.
They just fucking clash together. Give me that sword, Naruhodō!
What the heck? I have brought my own sword as well.
They just fucking clash. Energy is emanating off the blades.
Oh my god, what's happening? It's getting so animated here.
The awesome power. I can barely stand up.
Why don't you try tossing something now, then? Would it be a good place to start my studies?
No. Oh, no.
I would be glad to. Come here, Naruhodō. Now then, Naruhodō. Do excuse me.
Huh? No. Why? That makes it 6 times.
That is how it is done. The whole toss has come from your gut.
Amazing. So this is the legendary technique, the Suzuto toss. What amazing demon power.
Oh, this would be the deadly Suzuto drop.
I died that day.
Naruto never woke up.
Within my fading consciousness, the scene from the night flashed by in my head for an instant.
Blade.
Karma? The blade has chosen you.
Yes, because of the great katana passed down through the Asougi family for generations.
I'm still surprised that the government was okay with it. Bring a Japanese sword into the British Empire on an exchange program is a little
awesome. The katana lies at the heart of our culture. I cannot allow this to leave my side. No matter what, it will always be here, guiding me forward. That's what I believe.
one great strike to end all evil. That kind of attitude really suits you.
Yeah, that sounds about right. There is something I absolutely have to do, no matter what. And to that end, I will make whatever sacrifices are necessary. And I would be grateful if you would see that through with me.
Of course, I swear it. I'll see through with you to the very end.
I knew you would say that.
Asougi said that moment about what he had to do. I still don't fully understand what that goal might be. But I'll seek it out with my own eyes. In the British Empire's capital, London. do what needs to be done.
Yeah.
We did it, guys. We fucking did it. We saved Mother Russia or something. All right, episode 3, Adventure of the Runaway Room. A new episode has been added. Golly goodness! You like to save your bloody game? Of course you do. Okay, well, you know what? That really actually ended up being a real good one. I thoroughly enjoyed that. And I liked actually that we didn't end up going to trial. So that did end up making it different from the one that we just went through. So despite it being I'm defending myself again, because we didn't get a trial, it was basically just like the investigation side, and we solved it there. And I liked that. So it really didn't feel like I've been there, done that situation. Also, the actual case itself was interesting and a bit heart-wrenching too. Just the fact that like, oh man, like, because of this misunderstanding, she killed Asougi. I really thought it ended up being the guy with the snake around his face. I thought he'd be like, he was the one who ended up doing it, and then I don't know. I thought maybe the tiara would come into play, like someone was trying to steal it to get the money. Like I thought that was gonna be the speckled band was the tiara, but because it's kind of a band and it's speckled and stuff. But no, it was not. It was actually a little thing to track the cat. So I definitely did not predict that case terribly well, but it was really good. I honestly thoroughly enjoyed that. I really liked the new mechanic with Holmes as well. And Holmes, oh my god, best character so far in this game, definitely. And so is Suzuto. I really like her as well. Oh my god, he's so much fun to voice. He's just so goofy. I like how he's just like randomly hanging from things, and I can tell I'm gonna enjoy him a lot. By the way, I'm kind of curious. You guys might tell me how many episodes are in this game. So sometimes it's 5, and other times it's 6. And I'm almost kind of worrying, well, since I didn't actually have a trial on that one, is it possible then that there'd be like 4 more cases? Like, now I'm gonna have 4 trial cases because, you know, like normally there's like a point, you know, where we have the actual rival that I'm going against, right? It seems like, well, only having for 3 more cases seems kind of less than the norm, I guess. So, I don't know. I'm kind of curious if maybe there's a possibility there's actually 6 cases. But anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed what is likely these episodes. Yeah, this is going to have to get split. I was thinking at some point, I was like, oh, this looks like we're getting close to the end. No, not quite. No, this is going to have to be split into 2. But if you guys did, please give a like and a favorite. It really does help me out. And subscribe if you're not already become Piggy Penguin. For this LP, where the days are always sunny and the vids are always funny. And as always, guys, till next time, stay classy!
Bernie, what are you doing?
Nothing.
You head back in.
No, Daddy. I stay here now. Hey, outdoor dog. This is my new home.
No, Bernie, you can't live out here.
Why not?
Because you don't do good with being outdoors for an extended period.
Yes, I am. I'm good. I wild dog. I live off the land, Daddy.
That's what she'll do sometimes. It's like, if it's really nice weather outside, the grass is nice, like, she just went to the bathroom, and now I'm like trying to take her back in, and then she just goes and plops herself down and like,
No, I stay. I stay here forever. See, look how comfortable I am, Daddy.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that, look.
I'm not doing nothing.
you come back. No, you were not going over there. He's looking after some animal droppings over there, and I'm like, no, that's not where you want to go. All right, come on, sweetheart. We're heading back in. We're heading back in.
Now I stay.
You are such a little booger sometimes.
Whoa. Whoa.
There was a spider on my hand. I saw him there a second ago. I blew onto my I blew onto my hand. I thought it was just a flying bug. And I thought I blew him off. And I looked in a way, he's still on me. No, he's crawling on me. It's alright. I got him, guys. We're safe.